Well, for all the viewers out there, we don't get to Birmingham that often. We're lucky with
It's surreal landing, VFR at Birmingham International.
It's happening, people. We're back. Finally, I've done some training in the Cirrus. The weather hasn't been great this year, but I've done some training back in January with Daedalus on the Cirrus Embark Barkman course. I've done 2 days with Arian. I was due to do another day, but unfortunately, Arian, my instructor from Cirrus and Daedalus, was involved in an accident down in Manchester.
The family of one of the men killed in a light aircraft crash in Rochdale have paid tribute to him. 36-year-old Arian Abbasi sadly died when the Cirrus SR22 came down between Hollingworth Lake and Blackstone Edge in Littleborough. In a heartfelt statement, his family said that Arian, a pilot, was a deeply loving father and a devoted husband. They added that flying was his passion and he was due to start an exciting new chapter with a commercial airline later this month. A huge emergency service response was sent to the scene on Tuesday morning. The bodies of 2 men were recovered, with both pronounced dead at the scene.
The details aren't quite out yet. Arian was a great instructor. Spent 2 days with him. We had some great laughs. And I feel confident because of his training. So that shows you in 2 days that he did with me how good of an instructor he is to get me confident on my own flying the aircraft. So there'll be a couple of videos coming out soon regarding me flying the aircraft on my own. And he's the training video that I did with Arian.
You're forgetting your name, what is it again?
Arian, like Ariana Grande.
Arian.
Yeah. There we go. What I recommend as well, mate, because your essential bus voltage is quite low.
No.
23.5, and you're going to really start struggling. That's the bottom end.
Just start it
yeah. Yep. Especially on a cold day. Have a look at that first, and then listen to ATIS, or in this case, just start her up so you can get the alternators fired up as quick as you can.
Full. That one full.
Yep.
Oh, what be that was right next to it. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Engine start. Oh dear.
Oh, no rush.
That one. Hold the brakes. Master switches on, yeah. Stove lights, nav lights, mixture full. That one. Prime. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's positive fuel flow. Nice.
Yeah, boost.
Clear right, clear left, clear behind.
Yeah, that one. Ready?
Yeah. And bring the throttle down before you start up.
A little bit up in it, yeah.
Yeah. And you hear that slight sort of turbo whistling almost when you started it up, and that usually means your door's not open properly. You see that gap there?
Shut them.
Yeah, on these it's almost like you don't like them, just give them a good old slam.
Yeah.
Let's get those alternators fired up. Yeah, and then if we go back to engine, yeah.
Right, we've got that anyway.
And just for some mechanical sympathy, you remember you said the oil's really thick. So before we add loads of power, just let the engine warm up for a little bit.
Yeah. Put the back brake on it.
Got 4 Lima, vacate right to Brad.
It's November 590 Charlie Delta, on stand 13, with information Mike, request some taxi departure clearance.
November 590 Charlie Delta, T-side tower, roger, hold position. Taxi holding point, Alpha 1, runway 23, QNH 1014.
Alpha 1 runway 23.
Yeah, sweet. I've never known them do that before. They normally give you a hold position after departure left hand. Hold position, Alpha 123, November 0 Charlie Delta.
Nice.
That's weird, they've never done that. No, normally it's...
Well, sometimes if they're deciding what they want to do with you, rather than making you wait here, in the interest of time, they'll try not to get too lazy with your comms, yeah? So he went, hold short Alpha 1, runway 23, and we responded Alpha 123. Yeah?
Right, okay.
Whereas it's a reserved words, things like hold short. Because to him, from a comms perspective, I don't know if you know to hold short.
Yeah.
Whether you just heard Alpha 123, so you might cross Alpha 1 and... I mean, he's saying that because some airports are anal, like Birmingham, to be fair.
But they just let you get away with it?
Yeah, no, they'll have a go at you.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
even if you don't use your full call sign on receipt of a clearance,
Yeah,
you'll get a bollocking.
Ready, copy, Golf 590 Charlie Delta.
November 590 Charlie Delta, hold at Alpha 1. After departure, be left turn out, clear to leave controlled airspace to the south, VFR, north above altitude 1,500 feet, squawk 7030.
Hold short, Alpha 1, left hand turn after departure, clear to leave controlled airspace to the south, VFR not above 1,500 feet, squawk 7030, Golf. November 0 Charlie Delta.
Won't be the first time.
590 Charlie Delta, correct, report ready for departure.
Report ready for departure. November 0 Charlie Delta. So that was 7030. Right, there's no wind, is there?
Yeah. Being as it's my job to scrutinise everything you do,
Yep.
what I recommend, because again, you're single pilot ops, just wait till you come to a stop
Yeah, I
and
know.
take down clearances. Because you can't look downstairs and taxi upstairs, can you?
They've never done that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've known it.
Try and be as lazy as you can and sort of isolate workload and
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. Right, so doors.
Yeah, so just remember you've got two locks, so one at the bottom, one at the top, and then with passengers, sort of police them as well, so make them go forward and sort of bump it at the top or the bottom. Otherwise it sounds almost like a turbo whistle as you add power.
Yep. Caps handle is already removed. Seatbelts, shoulder harnesses, landings. Full quantity is we've got more in the right, so we'll change to the right for the power checks.
Delta 590 Charlie Delta, we're just in the process of changing runways to runway 05. You're happy to enter, backtrack and line up runway 05?
Yep. Yeah, happy with that. November 0 Charlie Delta.
590 Charlie Delta, roger. Alpha 1, enter runway 05, backtrack, line up runway 05, report ready for departure.
Do this.
We've got a few more minutes for power checks, so I don't know if you need to amend our departure clearance as well. 590 Charlie Delta.
590 Charlie Delta, AFAM, it'll be a right turn now, clear to leave controlled airspace to the south, same details for the rest.
November 590 Charlie Delta, clear to leave control airspace, right turn out on track to the south, and the rest remains the same. Just a couple of minutes doing a few power checks and we'll report ready.
Suppose.
50%.
Yep.
That's one way of checking, and then using the ailerons, you can see that they're almost in symmetry with each other.
Yep.
That's another way of checking it as well.
Autopilot. Yep.
Yeah.
So header mode. Yeah, we can see it's moving. And we have vertical speed is that one.
Nice. And a vertical speed because you've armed it. Did you say there was a wheel here as well?
Yeah. I don't know what that does though.
Yeah, but it's not influencing that. It's not a push or a pull, so it's probably just over here. VSI bug. And that should bring it back and forward.
Move the altitude bug, yeah.
No, you can leave the altitude bug. It was the PSI bug. So, just up here, just go up. There you go. Back down.
And what you should, yeah. You said if you do that, it should be a...
Yeah, so that says a manual override. So at the moment, there's the trim there on the hat switch. If I hold it in...
Yep. You can't really press it and push that one, can you?
No, no. On the newer models, there's a separate button
That's probably what that's...
to turn it off. Yeah, yeah. That's right. So, I can't stress enough now how important it is for you to be familiar with your circuit breaker panel.
Yeah, yeah.
If you look at your POH, it should be on the back, and I recommend taking a picture of it, having it on your knee board.
I wanna mark them up, me, like
Yeah.
a luminous paint or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. Navigation, that one. Carbon. Brakes, hold, yep. That one, Peter. Navigation, drops, that one.
Right, mate.
Yeah, is that alright, yeah?
Yep.
That one. Oh, let's check there.
Let's turn that off as well.
Right, now come off. And check. Idling fine. Autopilot's disconnected. Flight controls.
There's one more thing, that's the flight control that we're all guilty of forgetting.
Rudder.
Yeah, so full right, full left, make sure it all
Can't
works.
do that in a PA-28 though, can you?
No, you can't, no.
Yep. Right, I'm ready here.
Alright mate, cool. Departure briefing, Cirrus wants us to do it. Namely caps, you said yours is 500 feet, isn't it? Caps deployment. And then remind yourself of those primitive actions. I'll do it on this leg and then you can do one
On the way
out of
back.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's runway 23, Alpha 1, we're using full lead. Actually it's not, forgive me. We're going to backtrack and use runway 05. So with that in mind, I'll go to the heading bug.
05 on.
Yep. That's 050. Our clearance limit was 1500. What am I doing here? How do you... I'll put 1200, because that way we'll get an associated message. In case, during a roll, you're going to apply full power, 0 to hero in a couple of seconds.
Yep.
We're going to call airspeed alive, T's and P's in the green, takeoff power set. If not, idle power, maximum necessary braking. You've got plenty of runway here. And call November Charlie Delta stopping. Case of engine failure below 500 height, or 620 on your altitude, the altimeter, you're going to pick a runway, pick a field 15 or 20 degrees either side. Anything between 620 and 2120, you're not going to troubleshoot. You're going to pull caps immediately.
Yep.
Anything above 2120, we'll assess our options, namely the fuel selector, the boost pump, the mixture, the magnetos. If unsuccessful, we'll pull caps at 2120 as our hard deck.
Yep.
Yeah. And the wind, last but not least,
It is, yeah. So it's not much wind, but yeah.
no, so it'll be a left hand down or left stick down, wouldn't it, on departure, because it's filling up from there.
Yep.
Alright mate, I'll stop talking in your ear.
Ready?
Yeah, ready if you are.
November 0 Charlie Delta, ready.
November 590 Charlie Delta, Roger. Alpha 1, runway 05, enter, backtrack, report ready for departure.
By Alpha 1, enter, backtrack and report ready. Go. November 0 Charlie Delta.
Those stop bars are out, because
Yep.
he's got priority over the tower. So we're entering the runway, so approach is clear. Airframe is flaps 50. Time is 1115. Transponder, you said that will switch to alt on its own. Pitot heat if required. And last but not least, all lights on because you're on the runway now.
T-South Alpha Golf Tango Sierra Delta.
Let me know if you're ready, because someone's on base.
Do that for now and then we'll call.
November 0 Charlie Delta, ready on turn.
November 0 Charlie Delta, surface wind 350 degrees, 6 knots, runway 05, clear for takeoff.
Runway 05, clear to takeoff. November Charlie Delta. Here you go, boss.
Here's me.
Your control, sir.
My controls. And ready?
Yeah.
Knees and feet are all on the ground. That one. Look at the centre line.
Delta Bravo's going to request to go line approach to Chicago. Call Delta Bravo, Rochester, 4 mile. Flight approach. Local Delta Bravo.
Nice. Okay. So, positive climb. Push you down for about 7.5.
You asked for nearly 10.
Yeah, of course you can, mate.
November 0 Charlie Delta, request early right turn.
November 0 Charlie Delta, early right turn approved.
Early right turn approved. This is some weather coming in.
There you go. No worries, mate. Let's clean up first, just so we don't overspeed the flaps. Now it's a case of just trusting your instruments, because you're in it, yeah?
Yep.
So just keep your turns rate 1. Get yourself back in a climb, because you're descending there. There you go. Nicely done. Just going to turn on the anti-ice again.
Charlie Delta. T-side radar 118, display 5520.
T-side radar 118, display 55, November 0 Charlie Delta, bye-bye.
And just remember your clearance limit, so start pitching down, mate.
T-side radar call, November 590 Charlie Delta, 1,300 feet, requesting basic service.
You got the right frequency, 118855. On the frequency 855.
Oh, 850, yeah.
Don't rush, mate. Let's pitch down just so we don't bust them. There you go. So, mind control for a second. There's your aircraft there, yeah? There's your wings, there's your nose. So focus on your aviate. They're not that important, the guys in the tower. There you go. Now we're nice and settled, yeah?
Yep.
Don't look outside, trust your instruments. You don't want to be an IMC as a VFR pilot. You're in it now, so, you know, utilise this as much as you can. Utilise automation as much as you can, yeah? Go on, mate, your control. And just hold that level. There we go.
Well, you want to be...
November 590 Charlie Delta, T5 radar on the frequency.
November 590 Charlie Delta, AFO bump and request further climb tube weather.
November 590 Charlie Delta, climb VFR, report maximum.
Climb VFR, altitude 3,000 feet, November 0 Charlie Delta.
November 0 Charlie Delta, basic service.
Basic service, 0 Charlie Delta. There we go. So in IMC world, it's always rate 1, yeah?
Yeah.
Of course you remember rate 1 is your true airspeed divided by 10 and plus 7. Of course you remember that. Or you just use your rate 1 coordinator here, yeah?
Yep.
So at the moment your true airspeed's 150, so 15 plus 7, 21 degrees. If I bring this to 21,
November 0 Charlie Delta, report your level passes.
1,800 feet now, 5 Charlie Delta. Yeah. So always keep it to everything in IMC is rate 1, yeah? So about 20 degrees back, and then you'll see that will correspond with what's happening there.
Charlie
Yeah?
Delta, switching down to active.
Roger. Alright, let's turn to the east for now, please. Rate 1 turn to the east and climb at 7.5 degrees. Don't worry about the flight plan. That's too much, that's 30 degrees, so 20 degrees. There we go. And keep climbing. So bring that up to about 7.5 degrees, yeah?
Yep.
So pitch up a bit more. Can you hear me alright, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. It's just me a little bit low. Okay. So, we'll get above this, because the best way to teach someone IMC is in VMC, believe it or not. And the biggest takeaway, the biggest killer of VFR pilots, number 1 is not trusting their instruments,
Yeah.
and number 2 is overcorrecting. So, mind control for a second. Now have a look here. Each one of these are in increments of 2.5 degrees, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, your typical pilot will think, shit, I need to climb, I'll go to 15 degrees. They'll pull up and get themselves in a lot of trouble. So, just remember, small movements out in here equate to large movements out there. Yeah? So keep everything nice and simple. There's 7.5 there. It's trimmed. I can calm down now. And now I can start just focusing on my laterals, yeah?
So so it's rate 20.
Yeah. Well, even without that, because it's dependent on your speed, it's this thing here.
Yeah.
So rate 1, we said, based on that, should be about 21 degrees. There you go, that's rate 1.
Yeah.
Look, everything's done for me, yeah? So it's keeping it nice, smooth, and relaxed, yeah? You don't want to pitch up too much, and it's worse when you're pitching down. So your standard instrument approach is 3 degrees, yeah?
Yeah.
But again, I'm just going to bring the power back a bit. Your VFR pilot will look here and start pitching down to 5 or 7.5 degrees to try and get out of the cloud or to get back in it. Now watch this. That's 7.5 degrees there. Fucking hell. Yeah?
Yeah.
But what are we going to take away from that? Small movements, even more so when you're descending. 2.5 degrees descent rate. Yeah? About there. That's sensible, isn't it?
Yeah.
November 0 Charlie Delta, report your routing.
Just going to track to the east to remain VMC before turning to the south, November 0 Charlie Delta. Your control, sir.
November 0 Charlie Delta.
There you go. So with that in mind, it's pretty nice outside now, but try and remain inside, and let's climb to 3,500 feet. My radios, don't worry.
Yep.
There we go. And we want to improve our situational awareness as much as we can. How am I going to do that? I can center my heading bug. So now I'm just keeping it inside that pink heading bug, aren't I?
All right, yeah.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
My VSI, now that I've got 7.5 degrees, I'm saying, hey, I want to stay at 500 feet per minute.
Yeah.
And the altitude bug, we said 3.5, didn't we? So there's 3.5. Yeah?
Yep.
Nicely done, mate. There you go. So pitch up a little bit. The VSI is pretty sensitive. That's nice. There we go.
About getting it trimmed, isn't it, really?
Yeah, this thing's not working. 200 feet to go. Okay, so now we know that soon we're going to have to transition. Yeah? Done a great job, mate. Well done.
Copy that. All the current heading is heading 322 for the ILS Sierra.
There we go. Start pitching the nose down.
At the moment, do you expect any conditions to
Too much. And last but not least, trim.
or it's stable?
Don't look at that yet, okay? Bring that down.
Thank you very much. Get that
Okay, so now we want to start turning to the south, maintaining your altitude. So I'll bring the VSI back to 0.
Yep.
There we go. And we'll keep it rate 1, so maximum 20 degrees. The best analogy to give you, you're a conductor at an orchestra.
Yeah.
Yeah? That's giving your lateral and your vertical info. And that's backing everything up. So, let's call that and. Sorry, got a cough coming on. 1, and 2, and 3,
Yeah.
and 4, and 5, and 6, and 1, and 2, yeah? So you're doing your T scans. A little bit high, so let's pitch that to about 2 degrees. There we go, nicely done. And that's all you're doing, is just scanning. So we agreed earlier on, it's about 7.5 degrees normal pitch, and about 3 degrees to descend. Descent power is about 25%. So mixture rich. Let's bring the mixture full forward. Bring the power back to 25%. And VSI.
You said over to 3,500, got a max 63.
So we're going to go to 2,000 feet. I'll pump that in for 600 feet per minute, but let's see what 2.5 degrees gives us. So bring that power back, there's a lot of travel in the throttle, yeah? There you go, even 45 is fine. Remember, it's a cold day outside. Yeah, there's nothing there, so I'm just going to turn those off. There you go, so let's see what 2.5 looks like. Just that first line, that's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the biggest takeaway, flying an IMC, small movements. Small in here equates to large out there, yeah?
Yep. Get it trimmed as well, innit?
Yep. And we said it's a cold day outside, so we're now monitoring. Don't need that anymore. We're now just monitoring our CHTs, our EGTs, anything that's white is a cause for concern. So we'll bring, yeah, just a little bit of power there, and we can keep descending. And we've got plenty of airspeed to utilise, don't we? That's perfect. Remember, you got aileron trim, you got pitch trim, so once you set her up, there's sod all to do, is there?
I mean, it's a lot hard work in a Warrior compared to these.
Oh, fuck yeah. Well, your Warriors, I mean, your Cherokee's lovely. You got 2 G5s. So that's, you know, that's plenty.
What's this over here then? Is that your track boat?
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
So you're offset. If I go to...
963 descent for speed 1000.
So how do I overcome that? I can push direct. That's my next waypoint. Whereas we know we're sort of parallel to lead, so maybe we'll just go direct to Trent VOR. So how are we going to do that? Flight plan. So I'm on the flight plan page. I push that button, that lets me enter that page. The bigger inner wheel allows me to set a field. I want to go to Trent, direct to Trent, enter, activate, and there we go. So at the moment, your nav option here, or your CDI, is in localizer mode. Because you remember yesterday we did an ILS. So you push nav over there.
GPS.
There's GPS 1. And that's where you want to be going.
963, turn right, heading 010 degrees.
So let's start following the GPS.
Turn right, heading 010, okay, that's just the localizer, 05.
Message.
Okay. Up front, switch fuel. Nice.
Fuel pump off.
Yeah. Anytime you turn the fuel pump off, you'll notice that there's a slight drop in the fuel flow. So usually once you lean it, if you've lent it with the pump on, obviously that's going to ruin your lean assist. So then what you do is monitor your fuel flow. 13.6, I've turned the pump off. It's dropped now to 13.
Yeah.
But what I'll do in turn is bring the mixture up. Match what I actually meant to lean it for. Yeah? Fucking hell, you're getting your money's worth today, aren't you? Eh?
You remaining clear or looking for transit?
Remaining clear.
Remaining clear, November 0 Charlie Tower.
Number 0 Charlie Delta to basic service 44571, East below QH 1013.
1013, yeah?
Yeah.
Squadron 4571 and 1013, November 0 Charlie Tower.
So,
get me IT right, you want so many.
yeah. Because remember, they don't have to give you a transit, yeah? And if you're RT shit, they won't. And if they do and you mess up, they'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
They're like, well, why did you let him in the first place? Yeah?
Yeah.
So, I can send you exactly what to say. You did your training yonks ago because you don't say POB anymore, unless your instructor's old.
All right.
Yeah. So, the first initial call, you also include what you want at the end. So, it was East Midlands radar, November 590 Charlie Delta, basic service. Yeah? Now he knows what you actually want. Otherwise, it's such a useless bit of info to give you call sign. Pass a message, November 590, and it's always who, where, what, yeah? So November 590 Charlie Delta, SR22. Avoid all those linking words is coming in from, yeah? November 590 Charlie Delta, SR22, Teesside, Birmingham. So you said your point of departure and your destination. So now you should speak about where you are. 3 miles southwest, Upton. If I'm speaking about my position, I should also speak about my altitude, no?
Yep.
To give a whole 3D picture. Altitude 2,000 feet. If you speak about altitude, what else do you speak about? QNH 1014. And last but not least, your flight rules, VFR. Yeah?
Right, okay,
That way you're building an overall picture of where you are. He's checking that it matches up with his radar. Birmingham radar, if you want to put it on COM1 standby, is 12398. Nice.
So do we want to go around a little bit, yeah?
Yeah, we'll head off, maybe put it back into heading mode.
GPS mode, yeah?
Heading rather. But remember, before you push it, that's right, before you push it, send to your heading bug.
Yeah,
Otherwise, that's what you'll end up doing in IMC. And the controller might say turn left. And then you'll push the heading button, she'll start turning right, you get a bollocking.
Yeah, I need to remember to start doing that.
Yeah. It all falls into like the housekeeping phase. I noticed we also turned the boost pump off, but we've also been taught that below 2,000 feet we won't troubleshoot. Yeah?
Yeah.
That, you've got a mechanical fuel pump and an electrical one, so that's there for redundancy. So take it with a pinch of salt. You know, if I'm flying over water, I'll leave it on. If I'm flying low, I'll leave it on.
All right. Okay.
Because if the engine quits now, I'm taught to not troubleshoot and just pull the fucking handle.
Right, yeah.
So if I can try and keep that redundancy, I will. Yeah.
So you always leave that on under 2,000, yeah?
Yeah. Until I've reached above CAP's troubleshooting height.
Yeah.
.175 ground speed. It's not bad, is it?
Good idea now.
There you go. True airspeed, ground speed. There you go. And really get used to reading your scoreboard, even if you're on your own. Autopilot, VS, 500 feet per minute, heading green.
Yeah.
And when you know what she's doing. It's easy now because you're in VMC.
Yeah, but if
When you're in the cloud, in the soup, that's all you've got to rely on. So you need to make sure your automation is doing what you want it to do.
Yeah, just forget about that base boost, look at that.
Yeah, spot on. I tried to demonstrate it last time where, so if I bring this back to GPS mode, if I push nav, hopefully that still works. But yeah, I mean, if you deviate far enough from there, she'll still say nav, heading will remain on, but it will still be on heading mode.
Yeah.
Whereas you'll assume I've pushed that button, so it must be in nav mode. After Birmingham, we'll have a coffee. We'll head off to Wolverhampton circuits for the whole day.
Yeah.
We can explore things like flapless. Yeah.
Okay, so that's zone transit to Wineswell.
When you're really bored, go through your emergency checklist, read all of these, think about what you're going to be actually doing. This CAPS is great, but what if your aircraft's on fire?
Entering,
Probably don't want to pull CAPS. Let's see what the checklist says. Cabin fire in flight. Battery switches off, close your vents, get your fire extinguisher out. Yeah?
Yeah.
Not isolating things. I mean, this is what the CAA have introduced for us, engine partial power loss.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah. So what's it in this? So I know in mine, I think anything under 1,500, you're going down.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I'll be lying to you. Yeah.
Like you've got an indication in, haven't you? So
Yeah, yeah.
but anything under 1,500 RPM, you go like
Burn the
slowly
sensors
losing.
regardless. Yeah, yeah. At least you can use that to troubleshoot, you know, maybe your fuel's contaminated, maybe you need to boost pump a bit more pressure,
Yeah.
maybe it's only on one mag, or I don't know. But that's usually what kills pilots, those sort of half-hearted failures.
Yeah.
You know, if it's a full-blown engine failure, you know to pull that. When it's half-hearted, you're like, well, try and make it back. Do not waste time trying to recover from a spin. That always scares me, especially when I'm teaching stalls.
You think you get it out one like?
What's that? I don't know. I don't want to say yes. That's useful, isn't it? In case of any engine issues.
Yeah, there's
You
loads
just
of
whack
stuff.
it into it, go to the nearest, push nav mode, then start troubleshooting.
So what would you do there? Then you go to that page.
Yeah, nearest. So it's a little bit different to what I'm used to, but if I select that one, there you go. So you got nearest on here. Nearest. And then you can bump it in. That's the nearest airfield. That's how much runway is available. Direct, enter, enter. And that'll throw you to wherever you want to go, and you can put it in GPS mode, can't you?
We're in it's November 50, November 590 Charlie Delta, SR22, information X-ray, QNH 1014 VFR. November 590 Charlie Delta, Birmingham, remain outside of control airspace, I'll call you back.
Remain outside November 0 Charlie Delta.
There we go.
Ryanair 9.
Did you think you said that?
7, turn left, heading 14.
And it can never say you can enter. It will always be full call sign. November 590 Charlie Delta, clear to enter controlled airspace. Yeah? Not above altitude, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So all he says, remain outside and call you back. Yeah. Yeah. Now, you're in a high performance aircraft, yeah? Everything's happening a lot quicker than your humble piper. That doesn't mean you can't slow things down yourself, yeah? I.e. fly the aircraft slower. You don't need to be chugging along at 160 knots. You could even fly with flaps 50.
Yeah,
Yeah?
just slows down.
Yeah.
So mixture full, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, you're alright for now. Just worth mentioning.
Approach runway 33.
Helicopters hover, aircraft hold, and if you don't want to hold, just fly a lot slower. Give yourself that time.
November 590 Charlie Delta, are you looking to join or are you transit?
Joining.
Join in November 0 Charlie Delta.
So just to confirm, you're an inbound to land?
AFAB, inbound to land, November Charlie Delta.
Roger.
Well, for all the viewers out there, we don't get to Birmingham now often. We're lucky with
It's surreal landing, VFR at Birmingham International. It's,
yeah, the high workloads in it. Luckily, the autopilot can do a lot for you.
yeah. It's an absolute godsend, mate.
Ryanair 25.
Sky Demon, automation.
Altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1014.
It's all improving your situational awareness, reducing your workload.
Ryanair 9846.
Okay, so we don't like to call them downwind checks, we call them pre-landers or pre-landing checks, because your workload's going to increase there.
Yeah,
So I recommend doing it now whilst our workload's low, mate.
So your brakes undercarriage, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still on. Do you leave it on?
Yeah, temperature 0.
Oh, yeah.
If it's +5 or less, turn it on. Yeah.
Mixture full.
You?
Fuel pumps on.
You?
Matches and harnesses. Door secure.
Sweet. Nicely done.
Yeah, it's like, that's what I need today. I was saying to your boss yesterday, your boss, your training day, that's what I need to learn, back to the basics, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It all goes, doesn't it?
Yeah. Especially cops, people get sloppy.
25 Juliet Papa Turn, 0 degrees, please plane.
It's like Wolverhampton where we're going, everyone fucking knows me. So, Arian, alright, Kieran, how's it going, mate? Yeah, alright. And whereas Birmingham is...
Exactly
really
like that, though.
Yeah, that's the problem. You can get away with it until you go to other big airfields,
Yes, I know.
and you won't. Okay, so here's Tamworth. We can start turning inbound to join right. So let's ask, I'll do it if you want.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Remember Charlie Delta. Do you want us to extend downwind or a couple of left-hand orbits for spacing?
November 0 Charlie Delta, I've got no traffic behind that Ryanair, so it's up to you. You can orbit and then follow in or extend downwind.
What do you want?
Extend that one.
We'll extend downwind. Remember Charlie Delta, thanks. Nicely done. Yeah, that explains why he's, and at least you get the full experience on a nice long final. So there's the Ryanair that he mentioned. Recommended spacing is about 5 miles. We know the ATZ boundary is 2 miles. And we've got about a mile worth of base leg as well, don't we?
Yep.
So that's 2, 3. So you can just add a little bit more. And then we can start turning inbound. You're used to big old wide runways, so there's no issues there.
Yep. Right, you ready to turn in?
Go on, mate. You've got the final approach feather as well, which is really useful. Let's do a nice 30-degree bang, otherwise it'll just be a lazy rate 1 turn and you won't be able to really look outside. That's the HS2 line, by the way, all down here, heading off towards London. Nicely done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why the heading bug's so useful, because you know you have to be 90 degrees to that, assuming no wind.
Oh, don't hit staging.
Yeah. And it's never set in stone to use flaps 50 downwind, full on base. It's as necessary. And because you've extended, you've also decided to delay flaps extension. So speed below 119, flaps 50. There you go, mate.
Ryanair 25 Juliet Papa, vacate Bravo, taxi Delta and Victor to stand 58.
Vacate Bravo, taxi Victor Delta, stand 58, Ryanair 25 Juliet Papa, taxi good day.
Yeah.
Your next flaps extension is 104, so about 95 knots. You utilise that. There's the Ryanair vacating by the looks of things. So whenever you're ready, say.
Number 0 Charlie Delta, runway 33, clear to land, wind 320 degrees, 12 knots. After landing, you'll be vacating to the left.
Clear to land, November 0 Charlie Delta.
There you go. Where's the wind coming from? 320, yeah, that's right, nice. 320, 12 knots.
What's going on, isn't it?
What's that?
It's because you're at an unfamiliar airfield. These days like normal, but...
Yeah, I know. Ah, you get used to it, it's just, you know. It's always the same stuff, isn't it? It's nothing new.
Ryanair 88.
There's just knowing those procedures.
So everything's all focused on.
Yeah. This battery died at the best bit.
No, it's on.
Is it on, yeah? Sweet. There you go, so you've got 2 red, 2 white.
Yeah.
You're doing 75 across the ground, so about 400 feet per minute. Usually get plane spotters as well, so you'll end up on YouTube.
On the Birmingham door, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're high now.
Right. Just remember, that's your height control, yeah? So if you said you're too high, reduce the power gently. So you also pitch down and increase your final approach speed.
500 above, cap's not available.
That's it. And that's your stability criteria, so we're good. Yeah, we're on profile.
Ryanair 88 Victor Group.
Go Ryanair 88 Victor.
Hello, hold on before you're ready. Your flight plan needs updating. I can see closing the door.
So you don't have Alpha 10 anymore?
Well, I do, but it's expired. It needs a delay message to reactivate it. I can do that, but I just need to know how long you will be before you're ready.
Okay, if you can do it for us, we'll be ready in the next 2 minutes.
Understood, we'll go.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Celebrate Bonner 92 Mike Delta, gate boarding on Sun 55 left. Information,
Lovely. We can start decelling now, really gently, and then you should see Lima coming up. There's a sign for Lima.
Good day, clearance is to destination Valencia, ADMEX 1 Mike departure, squawk 0565.
No, are you up there, Birmingham?
Confirm ADMEX 1 Mike departure.
That's not this one, no.
Not this one, no.
92 Mike Delta.
But there's a sign for Lima, and it's always after the sign, so...
November 0 Charlie Delta, vacate Lima, and taxi Lima Texalor with the master.
Vacate Lima, taxi Exmar. November 0 Charlie Delta.
Nice. Let's try and stay on that yellow brick road as well next time. Yeah. We can turn the pump off, pitot off as well, and strobe and land. Nice.
Where you use based?
Excellent.
No, is that yours, yeah?
Yeah. It's very bougie. You'll love it, Ray. Good coffee, good food. Or snacks, anyway. Okay, there's the marshal there.
Look at this, mate.
That's something else that's really cool that we do. Flying companion course.
Also, someone comes
Partner
with
each farm, so if you ever want to bring your missus to make it feel a bit more confident
Simulator.
in front.
Sims class, like, isn't it? Oh, battery master 1 on. Battery master 2. Avionics 1.
Number 0 Charlie Delta, Roger, bar Lima 1, runway 33, clear for takeoff, surface 34 degrees, 11.
Clear takeoff, 33, November 0 Charlie Delta. Fuck's
Right.
sake.
Wasn't your fault when he said you require backtrack. You did say via Lima 1, so you did nothing wrong there. Okay, stop bars are out. Approach is clear on the right, clear on the left. Airframe is flaps 50. Time is 1. Transponder is 0417. Peter heat's definitely going to be required because it's 0 outside. And all lights on.
That's 1204 Birmingham target, after then continue approach 1 step right there.
And don't stop, so as you line up. Yep. Left hand, please.
Birmingham Tower, good day, Sonic Bear 4, Victor Lima, on echo proceedings.
Don't stop, you mean, just go, yeah?
Yeah, that's it. Takeoff clearance has been given.
Continue Sierra 1.
Continue Sierra 1, Sonic Bear 4, Victor Lima.
Buddy in the way again, isn't it?
Seven and a half degrees pitch, that always keeps you safe. That's right.
1204, runway 33, clear to land, surface wind 33 degrees, 9 knots.
I'm going to put that other thing over here.
1204.
Agreed, that would have been awkward, huh? Okie pokey, so positive climb, speed stable, flaps 0.
Up to it.
There we go, stay positive, 7.5 degrees nose up. And we're 1,000 above, start turning left now, on track Franklin Reservoir.
It's not above 2,000, yeah?
So not above 2,000, so what we're going to do is bug 17.
Yep. That's the tower you're on about, isn't it? Say again, mate? That's the little reservoir, the little tower thing.
No idea, to be fair. We're going to look for Franklin Reservoir, it's like a body of water. That's a good heading. We can roll out now. Sort of that way-ish. That's Birmingham City over there, Wolverhampton out in the distance.
I'm on about this little steep thing, that's what you're on about.
Birmingham radar 123, that's 1980, play.
Birmingham radar 123,980, Golf, November 0 Charlie Delta, bye-bye.
Nicely done. So your initial call is who, where, what. Birmingham radar, November 590 Charlie Delta, 1,600 feet, direct Franklin Reservoir. Yeah, because it's the first time you're contacting a radar.
118.305, bye-bye.
78305, Connect 83 Alpha Delta clear.
So it's Birmingham radar, it's November 5th, on track.
Yeah, try and avoid all its, or this
I know,
yeah?
I can't get over.
Birmingham radar, November 590 Charlie Delta, altitude 1,600 feet, direct Franklin Reservoir. Let's go.
Birmingham radar, November 590 Charlie Delta, 1,600 feet, on track, reservoir.
November 590 Charlie Delta, Birmingham radar, roger.
Nicely done.
I I couldn't remember the first bit. Oh, there's a reservoir.
Yeah, there's 2 bits of water somewhere. You'll see it.
Frankly Reservoir.
Reservoir.
Birmingham radar, very good afternoon, Channel X1, Quebec Romeo, descending flight level 90, direct to Honolulu, 737-800 information, Alpha, QNH 1014.
Channel X1, Quebec Romeo, Birmingham, attack from Dallas, approach runway 33, Bravo's current route, Honolulu, Oscott Grove initially.
Honolulu, Oscott Grove, Channel X1, Quebec Romeo.
So the other Cirrus that are flown in America, you've got a button basically levels everything out for you.
Yeah. All of our Cirrus have it as well. Yeah.
I know it's a cheating way, like,
November
but
0, Charlie Delta, it's a basic service in 1 mile as you leave.
basic service in 1 mile, November 0, Charlie Delta.
Yeah, you got the wing levelling, so, you know, if you're disorientated, instead of pulling caps immediately, you can push the wing levelling button.
Ryanair 15 X-ray Zulu, speed 220 knots.
Again, Channel X1204, standard miss, climbing altitude 4,000 feet.
Do they pretty much always join your air?
Say again, mate?
Do they pretty much always join your air?
Well, it depends which way you're going. So usually if I'm going towards Oxford, it'll be the M42 interchange. We came in from, towards Seaside, so Tamworth, Bedworth, any VRP. When we rang her on the blower, she told me, what VRP do you want?
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Ryanair 15 X-ray Zulu, descent, flight level 70.
It's only a short flight to Hameley. So even though they're Wolverhampton, they're actually called Halfpenny Green Airport. But if you really want to be part of the call club, it's Hameley. So Hameley information, and then yada yada yada.
So is that who we want to be contacting next after that, yeah?
Yeah.
It's 123005.
Yeah.
That's 2.
Well spotted.
Channel X1 Quebec Romeo, fly heading 295.
Heading 295, Channel X1 Quebec Romeo.
Ryanair 15 X-ray Zulu, minimum clean speed.
Okay, 15.
There's no METAR at Wolverhampton, but logic says we just departed off 33 there. Cosford's METAR is also saying wind is 340. So a safe assumption would be that it's runway 34 in use.
Yep.
Now that you're under a basic service, nothing's stopping you from switching frequency.
15 X-ray Zulu, descent
You're only 10 miles away.
QNH 1014.
And it was it? What did you say?
That's probably a good opportunity for you to switch to Hameley information.
Yep. And did you say request to change to Hameley, yeah?
Yeah, that's it. So November 0 Charlie Delta, request frequency change, halfpenny information, 123.005.
Left heading 140 degrees, 1204.
And just Hameley, sorry,
your number 3 in
traffic.
Hameley information, yeah?
Yeah, Hameley.
Copy that, back to 33, 120.
Channel X1 Quebec Romeo, descent altitude 4,000 feet.
Busy again, isn't it?
Channel X1 Quebec Romeo.
November 0 Charlie Delta, request frequency change to Hameley 123005.
November 590 Charlie Delta, roger, contact, continue en route, squawk conspicuity, bye-bye.
Continue on route, squawk conspicuity, bye-bye, and November 0 Charlie Delta.
Ryanair 15.
Nicely done, mate. So give yourself some time, if you need to create a dog leg and go that way, do it. If you need to slow down, do it.
Romeo Zulu, information, pass your message.
Charlie Romeo Zulu, is the next C42 marker light.
So this next one's Hameley information, is November 590 Charlie Delta, request airfield information.
Yeah, that's it.
Off Whiskey Lima.
And because they don't have a radar, it'll be even cooler if you told them where you are, so 10 to the southeast. Or 7 miles southeast, 2,000 feet, request airfield information for join or...
Whiskey Lima, what's your range now?
2.5 miles now, Whiskey Lima.
Whiskey Lima, roger, runway 34, you can land at your discretion, wind
3-4, at least you know it's runway 3-4.
Sturbridge.
Average, yeah.
Charlie India Romeo.
What'd you say, 6 miles southeast?
Runway 34 left.
That's all.
And the QFE 1004.
Runway 34 left hand circuit, QFE 1004, Golf Romeo Zulu.
Getting the information is November 590 Charlie Delta. 5 nautical miles west of Franklin Reservoirs. Request airfield information.
590 Charlie Delta, information on runway 34 left hand, the QFE 1004.
34 left hand and QNH 1004. Go November 0 Charlie Delta.
The QFE okay. If you want the QNH, that's 1015.
Yeah, we'll stay on the QFE, so, yeah.
Yeah, we'll stay on the QFE, it's 1004. Go November 0 Charlie Delta.
Sorry. Okay, Cirrus encourage us to not use QFE. Because we're so close to Birmingham airspace, you can easily get confused and it's 300 foot difference. But because we're going to stay in the pattern, I've got no objection. Just manage your time well, okay? Because I don't want to say anything. Yeah.
Right, good. Double quick tour. Oh, is it an overhead journey or just straight in? Or?
As you want, as you want. But you're bombing in.
100, well, 100.
Yeah. Circuit height on the QFE is 1,000. Let's go that way for a little bit. Let me know when you spot the airfield.
Yeah, straight ahead.
Yeah. November 0 Charlie Delta will join final runway 34.
Station calling it again.
November 0 Charlie Delta will position to join final runway 34, about 4 miles out.
You will. Roger, report established on final. There's one aircraft out at the moment, shortly to land on runway 34.
Okay, traffic not sighted. November Charlie Delta.
November 0 Charlie Delta. He's just gone across the threshold now for a full stop landing.
Got him now, thank you.
Roger, just report 2 more final then.
Okay.
Right, first stage of flap.
Speed, okay. Yeah, speed below 119.
Whiskey Lima, continue taxiing and then vacate next left hand runway 22.
Next left on runway 22, Golf Whiskey Lima.
Is that runway contaminated or is it just me?
That's what I thought. Right. Second stage flap.
Yeah, go on mate.
Is that icy?
Yeah. Yeah, fucking hell. Jesus, okay, so no braking, okay? Just,
yeah, go around.
we'll make this one a touch and go. And he said report 2 mile final, which you are now, so you can...
Romeo Zulu, over at the field, that's our descent.
Yeah.
Roger, report downwind for 34 left hand.
We'll go, Golf
November 0 Charlie Delta final.
November 0 Charlie Delta, runway 34, land or touching over your discretion, wind 330 degrees at 10 knots.
Touch and go.
500 above.
What do you say?
No, touch and go 34.
Touch and go 34, November 0 Charlie Delta.
Go for it, Bravo. You could tell the fire crew to put this one away if they want to now, please, Clive.
Romeo Bravo, Roger. Golf Whiskey Lima, if you continue taxiing all the way to the end of the runway, vacate.
Yeah, so we're not going to land sideways.
Hard standing alongside
in case we're scared. We're not going to apply much braking. You can see the runway's a slight upslope, and just past the Parpies there's a little bit of a gradient past that intersection. It's a little bit of an uphill.
Sorry, say again.
It's a square parking area, isn't it, just beyond the tower?
Yeah, A-firm, left at the end of that runway. As you taxi just past the tower, you'll turn left again into the hard standing.
Yeah, I got that.
Wow, okay. That really isn't good, is it? Alright, you crack on, mate. Just
If
no
we
break.
go around and go somewhere else, go back up T-side or something.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's try it. Let's see what the surface is like. I mean, it doesn't look great, does it?
Degree
No,
information,
it's good.
Echo November Tango Tango.
The land dog go around.
Taxi.
Oh, you can do a touch and go. You'll be alright, mate. Bit of back pressure.
Tango information. Taxi
If in doubt, just add full power and we'll get out. There you go. Flaps 50. And full power, let's go. Back pressure, back pressure. There you go. Pull forward. Push forward, please.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not. I don't like that one. Do you?
No, it's not great, is it?
Runway 34, hold Alpha 5, QSE 1004.
No, it's not good at all. Not after the experience I had in the snow this morning, mate.
Give it right hand side.
Give it a right golf.
Okay, maybe Walesbourne.
I wouldn't mind doing Wellsbourne, actually.
Yeah?
My friend's based there, so...
Oh, sick. Okay, cool. Nah. Let's not chance it. It's probably not any better over there. Just trying to think where else is reasonable. Peyton Hill. Back towards Teesside. Do you need to book in at Teesside at all?
No, just radio on the way.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah, let's do it at Teesside, I suppose, mate.
Yeah?
I am talking on the Cross Harbor, struggling.
Want to go back north, yeah?
Yeah, I'll let him know. November, Charlie, Delta. It's not much better at Wellesbourne, so we're going to go back to Teesside. We'll QSY now, Birmingham radar 12398.
So just after this, we flew back to Teesside, done some landings, made the procedures, and just made sure I was confident on the aircraft, which I was, and still am, due to Arian's training. So yeah, we pay tribute to Arian on this video. Rest in peace, mate.